What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com. Today we're going to do a comparison of the 2017 Air Jordan 1 Metallic Red versus the 2009. Now, really quick, a few things. This is the sample. If you missed the previous video where I reviewed these, then I'm going to recap really quick. So this was a sample that was produced in 2008, and it was pretty much showed off to various stores. And Jordan Brand decided to pretty much go away from this print that's on the liner. So this is going to be a little bit of a different review, or I'm not review, but comparison, because the retail release does not have this style of print on it. But other than that, everything appears to be on point with the 2009 versus the sample. I don't own the 2009 retail release, but from images, what I can see. Also, I don't own the original 1985 release, so some of these things are going to be, when I talk about, more OG. Obviously, that is due to the fact of seeing images and things like that. But if you do want to cop these, you guys probably already know they drop tomorrow, May 6th, and retail will be $160. Before I jump into this video, I wanted to give everybody a little bit of details on how I obtain these, because it could help you in the future if you like samples or stuff like this. So back in, I believe it was 2008 or 9, that time frame, I was searching on eBay for just samples, and I came across a guy who had a bunch of Nike samples and nothing Jordan related. But he had some okay stuff. It was like a lot of Nike Blazers, Air Force Ones, just your typical stuff. But he was selling them for dirt cheap, like $40, $50. So I thought, hey, might as well hit him up. Just open a dialogue with this guy and see what could happen. So I'm going back and forth with him, and I find out that his friend, his really good friend, is the guy who takes these samples to stores and shows them off to see if the store, I guess, if they're interested, or just show them what's coming up. I'm not really sure how that all works out. So with that being said, I told him, I'm interested in buying from you. So I pretty much bought all his samples, and it came up to it was like $500, and there was nothing great in there. But I had like a better plan in my mind at that time. Regardless, all of those were given away. I gave them away to people, but I told him, look, instead of listing them on eBay, hit me up first, let me know what you have, and if I want anything, I'll buy them straight from you. You don't have to go on eBay. So he was selling them cheap, so it was just an open dialogue. Later on, he had this pair, and he had the green pair too, but he wanted to keep the green pair, so I got those for $120 or something like that. That was the most he charged me for a sample, and at the end of the day, I'm happy with it. It wasn't a lot. I believe it was even below what they're going for a retail then. I'm not sure. Maybe it wasn't, but I also, and I regret doing this, I got a lot of Kobe samples from him and a lot of KD samples. I think I got the KD1, the KD2, and I gave all those away. The only thing I kept was these. So I'm kind of kicking myself for getting rid of those KD and Kobe samples now. These are pretty old, almost 10 years, getting close. So one thing is, you're going to notice that there's some discoloration. So obviously it looks a little bit more of an off-white, and that's due to age. But the differences are, first up, we have the 2009, and this features full tumbled leather. And I'm not 100% sure if that is on the retail release or not. So if you do know, leave a comment below. But you can kind of see all over tumbled. It's just not on just on the overlays on the heel, which we've seen, in some of the previously sought after Air Jordan 1s. Okay, now we got the 2017, and this features a full grain leather. So you can kind of see all that. And that pretty much wraps the whole side. But there's something different on the heel, so we'll get into that in a second. The perforations on the toe, a lot larger on the 2017 versus the 09. Couple things for the tongue. So both are white, But the '09 features a leather tongue, and I believe that is synthetic on the sample. And for the 2017, we have a nylon tongue, and it has Nike Air, and that's almost done in a maroon shade, it looks like. But the '09 has the Jumpman with Air. It was common in that time frame to have the Jumpman on the tongue rather than Nike Air, and even to this day we still see it. But the 2009 came with red laces, not a second set. This pair comes factory on lace. This one's just laced up, and inside is white, but it also comes with a set of red laces. I'll show you 1 second. So this is the second set of laces that the 2017 comes with. Let's talk about the metallic red used. The 2009 release. The metallic red on the swoosh and around the collar, it really does pop. And what you're going to notice is a lot of textured, and that is due to age. Over time, it's kind of like, withers, and it will crack in time. But I'll just do it once over really quick so you could check that out. Now here is the new release, and you can see it doesn't pop as much. It's not as shiny, but it is shiny. It's just, I guess you could describe it best as being more of a matte shade rather than that vibrant red. Now, in comparison to the original, it's hard to say because I've only seen like a decent amount of images, not a lot, but a lot of them on the OGs, they're already cracked. But the one decent image I saw, I just believe that the red was a little bit brighter on the 85 versus the 2017. But I can't confirm that. I don't own them. Here's the wings branding on the '09. What you're going to notice is it's actually just like printed on. And it's just overlaid on the leather. Now here goes the 17. And like what we have seen, it's stamped in. It's pretty much debossed inside, so you can definitely feel the abbreviations through it. But it's just really, the only thing you feel is like the tumbledness of the leather on the '09. On the heel, we have the Jumpman on the '09, nothing on the 2017. But you're going to notice the shape. So the shape is more of an hourglass on the 17. You can see it kind of goes out like that. Don't really pay attention to this area because this pair is laced up, so it'll, indent it in. But you can see it's more boxy in a way. Also, these tabs, you can see the difference in the two. Now, I don't really want to compare on the height because this is a size 10 and this is a size 9 because samples usually come in size 9. Now, on the 2017 release, of course, it's going to vary, but there is some slight tumbledness on the overlay around the heel. And I mean very, very slight. Hopefully, you'll be able to pick that up. And that's what I was referring to earlier as, full grain and then a slight tumbled. But you could just see how tumbled in comparison the '09 is. All right, so inside the tongue, it's all white, and the label, the overlay, just pretty much comes in with, made in China and some trademark info and stuff like that. And then we got red on the back of the liner. Now I'll show you the best I can on the '09. But on the inside of the tongue, we have the Jumpman logo, and that has a red patch. And obviously, this full print, you can see it throughout. I wasn't able to pull out the insole of the 2009 sample. I could actually feel when I started to slightly that it was going to rip. It's so old. But here is the 2017 release, and that's all white, kind of almost a maroon shade for the Nike Air. But I'm going to throw up an image right now of the 2009 insole, and I'm going to block out some details because I don't know if those individuals still work at Nike and Jordan Brand, and I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. So in this angle, you'll probably be able to tell best. But the 2009 sample, it's a little bit brighter in red versus the 17 release. And I'll show you a bit closer on that. But other than that, I mean, they're both pretty much identical. the Jordan 1. Typical outsole. There goes the stars. I believe the stars are a little bit bigger, though, on the 17 release. Let's check that out. No, they're about the same. All right, everybody, so that was your comparison of the 2017 versus 2009 Air Jordan 1 Metallic Red. Now, as far as being true to OG, without a doubt, the 2017 wins. Just with the Nike Air branding, the shape, and we have the Jumpman on the heel on this pair, which isn't, the shape isn't quite right, and Jumpman on the tongue, etc., etc. So, obviously, you guys already knew that. And what's different is the liner on this pair is, since it's a sample, it didn't release that way. I believe that the 2009 retail release, it was just fully red. I can't remember, though, to be 100% honest. So on the quality, the 2009, it appears like it would be a lot better quality. But the tumble leather is stiff. Now, it could be due to age, but OG models, they typically stay really premium with age as far as the material use. However, they could have used something different because this is 2009. We're not talking about the 90s or even 80s. And so like I said, it's slightly stiff. And this pair, it's full grain and it's a little bit more, I would say it's a little better. And we got a little bit of tumbled leather on the heel. Nothing that will stand out. But in my opinion, I'm going with the 2017 just strictly for being closer to OG and everything like that. The metallic red, though, on the 09 pops a lot more than the 2017, though. And if you're going for that and to stick out, the 09 may do that a little bit better because of the metallic red. But like I said, for being closer to OG, this takes the title. But leave a comment below. Let me know if you plan on picking up the 2017 release or if you own the 2009 retail release as well. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.